David Wright. Just to keep going with the baseball topic here, this is the hot story of the day. The Mets are close to signing David Wright. 7 years about. He's got another year left on his deal, but there's a 7-year extension somewhere roughly. I had read about $135 million.
Yeah, I heard. All I really got was they offered a 7-year extension because his current offer will expire at the end of next season.
Yeah,
he's owed $16 million this upcoming season.
The 7-year extension I heard is going to be in the range of about 135. I know we were hearing on the ride down 140. I don't think it's getting to 140. I think about 130, 135, about $18 million a season. And if the Mets even hesitate on doing this, if I'm David Wright, I just say I'm playing out this year and I'm out.
You know what?
That's where I would be if I was David Wright, because you look at David Wright, he is a guy that's done everything the right way so far in New York. He's a guy who's kept his nose clean. He's been out of the limelight. He's played hard, bats over 300, plays a good third base, drives in runs, puts fans in the stands. And if you're not going to sign your franchise guy to keep him there, the only guy that matters, you don't deserve to have him. And he should realize that and say, listen, if you guys aren't going to be willing to pull the trigger on $18 million a year when guys like Teixeira and guys like, A-Rod and all these other guys.
And LaGoria just got a beastly deal as well. He got around...
Well, 6 years, $100 million, I think.
6 years, $100 million, so that puts him right around the same area, right?
Exactly.
Around 17, 18 million a year.
Exactly.
And he can't stay healthy.
Pay the man. I don't understand the Mets' hesitation. Pay him. If there's one guy on that roster you want to keep on your team, it's David Wright. Am I wrong? I mean, I'm not a Met fan. You are. I'm a Yankee fan. I care less. I'd love to see him go.
A lot of people are like, well, they want to go after Dickey. They want to make sure Dickey don't go anywhere. They want to make sure Wright doesn't go anywhere. And to me, the simple fact of the matter is, you got to re-sign Wright. You let Reyes go, okay. But David Wright is the face of the franchise. He is the most important player when it comes down to jersey sales and having a guy that all the fans know of and root for. He's a nice guy. By the way, his name is David. Hello. Great men are named David. Just want to make sure that's pointed out and known. You know what I mean? Look, the guy is the franchise leader in hits, runs, walks, and RBIs. Only 30 years old. He has at least 5-6 years of good baseball in front of him still before he really starts to hit that hard decline. You got to give him the deal he wants. Who cares? There's no cap in this freaking league. Make sure he stays. I wasn't happy that they let Reyes go, but I understood. You can't let Wright go as well. That one I won't understand. And I don't think that there should be any type of issue. I know Wright doesn't want to talk contract during the season. He wants it either done beforehand or deal with it when the year's over. But at the same time, when I heard that, it made me think, well, what the hell else you guys are going to be doing this season? You're still going to be a 500 baseball team at best, so why not talk contract? But to be honest with you, I think they got to sign Wright. You got to give him a contract. You got to put him back. You got to make sure he's with you long term. Make that settled, then worry about R.A. Dickey. Worry about your other players after that. But David Wright has to stay a Met. And honestly, I'm telling you right now, if they don't re-sign him and he goes to the free agency market after next season, every Met fan is going to have the same exact reaction. No words. They're just going to throw their hands up, shake their head. Because as a Met fan, what else are you supposed to do? This team tries to bring in guys that are either past their prime or too young to be ready to start. Their roster is inconsistent at best. They have a bullpen and a pitching staff that on some weeks looked amazing this year. And they were going, solid. They had a solid pitching staff, especially earlier in the year. But their bullpen is inconsistent. They made bad moves in bringing in K-Rod a couple years ago. Martinez never worked out. Santana hasn't really worked out. You got to give a contract to a guy that even if he doesn't stay healthy, is still important to the franchise from a fan's point of view. Even if he can't stay healthy, even if he doesn't play good, the fans in New York love. It's like Derek Jeter. Now, obviously, he doesn't have the track record of a Derek Jeter. He doesn't have, he hasn't built the same reputation as a Derek Jeter.
He's on his way, though.
But exactly, he is loved by the fans, by Met fans, that even with a bad season, they still love him.
But that, and he's never in the wrong. Like he is Jeter-esque in that respect of, you never see his name really brought up in a negative light. So, I just don't get the Mets and their hesitation here. They need to pull the trigger on this one.